Hey, welcome back. Hey, welcome back. So I just registered for a new account. You say success. You've signed into your account. Happy coding. So let's close that. And here we are with a new account and a new quote from JRR Token. Not all those who wander are lost. Okay. As you see, I have completely restarted for a new account. I have 0 out of 1,409 coding challenges. I built 0 out of 30 projects, and I have 0 out of 6 certificates or certifications. Great. So let me go into my coding. So I'm going to start very soon. I'm just going to change a few things in my profile, my settings. I like to use the dark mode. So please give me a few minutes to do all that, and I will be back really soon. In the meantime, like I said last time, you better read the privacy policy. There's lots of questions and answers here, as well as what's this? This is the terms of service, which we agreed to when we signed up to a new account. So let me just change a few settings. Bear with me as I do this. I'm going to also add a let me see if I can add an image to my how do I add an image that I can use? So let me just make it dark mode first, and let me find a cute some kind of profile picture or something to use. Uh, hmm. So let's look at the curriculum. So just give me a few seconds as I create a new curriculum. So as you can see, I have 0 done. I have 0 things done right now. Let's see if this is correct. Just refresh the page, make sure that everything is correct. Nope, it's not. Oh. Try it now. Okay, good. So that works. All right. So now we are going to go through HTML and HTML5. Since you are new to this, let us just refresh this page as well. Make sure that it's all correct. And we'll start with the first one. So basic HTML and HTML5 say hello to HTML elements. Welcome to the free CodeCamps HTML coding challenges. These will walk you through web development step by step. So I'm sure you can read all this yourself. I'm not going to read them every time. The main thing here is that you can edit your code in the code editor. So what they're trying to teach you here is basically the h1 tag. If you change this to 2, for example, it will look very different. Let's see, let's run the test. And you see the test results here. It says the h1 element should have the text hello world, right? So I'm just going to remove hello. I'm going to show you hello without, see hello without the h2 is very different, and the h1, as you see, when I edit code here, if I remove this, it will be removed on this side. See the highlighted section? So what I did with HTML2, and I'm going to add this HTML3, HTML4, HTML5, HTML6. There are mainly 6 HTML elements. I mean, 6 header elements that you can use h1 to h2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's basically all there is. There's no 7. If you do 7, it doesn't do anything. It just goes back to the regular hello, which is the same as this hello, right? So I'm just going to show you that this hello and that hello is the same thing. It's basically same size, right? And notice it is all on one line. I'm not sure why there's because there's no h. So this is 7. I'm going to put 7 here so that you know that this is 7. And the next line, we'll learn it later on, but basically if you do BR, like this basically breaks it into, BR is short for breaking. It breaks it so that it becomes a second, it appears on the second next line, just like h1 to h6 does, right? So these are all ways of formatting the header, which is h1 to h6. So here we read that the opening tag must look like this, which is h1, and then the closing tag has an extra bracket, extra backslash here. So for example, if I just take h6 and if I don't close it, right? If I don't close it, it's just this, when it should be this. Oops. It should be like that. So I'm just going to say example and example, right? So you see these two are the same, or are they? I'll just change it so that it's h4, so that's easier to see, right? So if I change this, even this one, I'll change it to h3. Nothing happens, right? So I'll just say example 6. It's supposed to not work because it is still h6. So I'm going to remove h6. It's supposed to have, I'm just going to say hello 6, right? So hello 6 is the correct size, but if you remove the backslash, it goes back to, it becomes wrong. I'll get more into that later on. So be sure to go to MDN, which is this, and let's look at headers. So when you come here, you can actually search for h1, which you see h1 to h6. You should be reading this, and it actually shows you how it is formatted. So header h1 H1 to H6 are basically headers to use for formatting the text, right? So here we have, like I showed you in the example, let's just go back here. Everything underneath I'll just remove and just show you that this is header 1, header 2, level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the different sizes, just like you see here, right? And here are different ways of formatting text. We'll get into the P tags, which are paragraph tags later on. And here it says do and do not, right? Do not do certain things, and do certain things. So don't skip H2. Like if you want to use, you should always have 1, 2, and 3 in the proper way and nest it properly. So be sure to take a look at this documents. I'm going to probably link this to, if I don't link it, just go to this website. Just go to developer.mozilla.org and you will see very clearly that that this is how you use H1 to H6 as header tags, as header elements. Yeah, the elements. Okay, so the H1 is the highest section level and H6 is the lowest. Like we see here, H1 is the highest, H6 is the lowest. Alright, so let me just remove all the other code and that should do it. Make sure that there's opening and closing tag. I'm just going to make it larger. So there's H1 and is H1. Open and close. Make sure that's the closing tag right here, right? And so what ID asking us to do here is to pass the test on this challenge, change your H1 elements text to hello world. So all you gotta do is add hello and then add a world to this, and it says hello world, and here you see the test. Your tests, I'm just gonna make this higher. So your test output will go here. So all you do is run the test. If you want to reset the code, you just click reset the code and get a hint. If you want to get a hint, watch a video and ask for help. And obviously what the test is looking for is the H1 element should have the text hello world in it. And that's correct. So let's run the test and let's move on. Submit and go to the next challenge. So bring the rain. Good job. And you can download the solution and you can submit and go to the next challenge, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to see that in the next video.